Hello everybody, welcome to the world of me. This is Cougar and I have a special opening today for you. This is a new product I found online when I was just kind of searching through my Facebook. You got those nice little ads that always pop up on the right hand side of the screen there, and sometimes some of those are pretty interesting. I happened to find one that I thought was pretty interesting, and hopefully you guys do too. So let's not waste too much time here and get kind of right down to it. And there you go. As you can see, these are roller skates, or they're roller skates. They're not roller blades, and they're not traditional roller skates, but they're still considered a roller skate. Now, as you can see, they do have a different wheel configuration. Three main wheels, the two in the back and one in the front, and then the one in the very back here is actually a braking wheel, and that's what this little piece right here is for. As you lean back, it pivots and it helps you to stop. Now these, as you can see right here, are supplied by the Cardiff Skate Company. I went ahead to their website and checked them out when I saw the link, and kind of looked over their different products and everything, of which they do have a nice selection of products. They are adding a few things here and there as time goes on as well, of which I will get into that. There will be a link down below for the Cardiff Skate Company, so you can go ahead and click on that and check out their website and see all the different products they have to offer. I will, of course, like I said, mention what some of those are here a little bit later on. Now, as you can see, these are what's called the S1s. Now, the S series is one of the 3 series that Cardiff offers. The S1 being the large model, the full-size adult model. And then they have an S2, which is a slightly smaller adult model. Basically, there's a large and a small. And then they do have a children's model as well, if I remember correctly. The S1 model here, if you can read down here, it does say they go from roughly a boy's US size 4 to a men's US size 13. Now I'm right around a size 10, so these will fit me just perfectly. I shouldn't have too much problem. As you can tell, as you can obviously understand, these have an adjustment on them. And that's kind of what this thing is right here, is it shows the adjustability of it. We'll see more of that once I go ahead and get this open. Now, let's go ahead, matter of fact, let's go ahead and open it now, and we can kind of look at stuff, and then kind of come back to the box and check things out and see, you know, for any details that we may need. How does this open? Okay, opens like that. So, box opens here from the side and over the top, I guess. Alright, cardboard. Got an instruction set. Oh, there's a couple sets of wrenches. I'm sure those are for working on the wheels. As I came to find out, the wheels on these are replaceable, and so if you do need to replace them from, you know, your wear and tear and everything, they do have those available on the site. Oh, and there we go. So, not a whole lot in the box, but it has what I want, which is the skates. Now, and these are labeled here. Here's an R and here's an L. You'll have the clip go towards the center of your foot, so if I'm wearing them, I'm going to be like this. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these, kind of get a better understanding of what these look like. Now, as you can see again, it has the 3-wheel design. You have the front fork, which has the single wheel, and then the 2 back wheels, which are right in line with the heel bone. So basically your leg is going to be straight up from this position. It does have a nice back support for your ankle here. This is a semi-firm plastic. It has kind of it's one of those, has kind of a velvety smooth feeling to it. It has that kind of texture that some maybe laptops have. If you've seen some of the laptops with that velvety texture, it kind of has that. You've got a full-size Velcro strip here to pull it tight against your ankle. And then you've got your lockdown for on your foot. Now, it says exit right here, so let's see. Okay, pull this apart like that. And that's how you open it up. You can pull it all the way out, I guess. And then it snaps down. What is this? Oh, there you go. It's like a ratcheting system. So this will, once you get it down on your foot, you're not necessarily going to be able to push it tight enough on your own. So you use this as a ratcheting system to cinch it down tight. Sort of like pulling your shoelaces really tight when you put your shoes on. Now, you can see back here, there's the metal piece right back here. And I'm sure that's for durability because that does go against the back wheel here. And there you go. You can see it a little better. This is the back axle area and everything. And you've got kind of, not sure if you can really see the movement on that. There's not a lot of movement there. But what happens is as I squeeze this whole section right here pivots back, and then it goes against the back braking bar there or braking pad. Now you can see it at the bottom has kind of a solid covered over base, and if I pull it, there you go, you can see that color section that you could see on the box. Now of course obviously these are adjustable like I said so that they can fit multiple shoe sizes. This should be roughly around that boy's size 4, give or take a little bit of leeway there. And then if we extend them out, and they will lock into place at this full length extension. You can of course see the rails there, and that should be roughly around the size 13 that they were talking about in terms of their maximum size. Now the way this works is that when you open all this stuff up and you put your foot in, you'll go ahead and slide your foot into here, and you won't necessarily have these down already. You'll want to wait until the shoe or the boot section of it is secure, or that your foot is secure inside of it first. And then when you put your foot down, there's this base right here, and I'm not sure how well you can see that, but if that base is pressed down, as you can see, it releases it and lets it set back. So it'll set your heel all the way back into the back of the boot here, and the toe part will of course seat against your toes, and then it will just stay with it's not a very hard compression. And so with wearing shoes and everything, it shouldn't be any kind of bother. You probably won't even notice it. You then go ahead and take and cinch everything down, and you're off to the races or wherever you're going to go. So now if you noticed, there are 2 different size wheels on these. The rear and the front wheel are both 90 millimeter, which they are both noted on the side of the wheel right there. So these are 90 millimeters, and then these back wheels are actually 100 millimeters. I do know that the 100 millimeter ones are very similar to the ones that they use on the current scooters that people ride, be they the name brand or the off brands. So these are actually very similar. But I don't suggest that you take the scooter wheels and put them on here, just for the fact that these wheels are more of a specially made for these skates. They, as far as I understand, I may be a little off about that. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, you definitely want to check out Cardiff's website. But I do know that they have different wheels that they use for the different models of skates that they have. And they may be about the same size, but they are going to give you different performance, basically. Now, these ones right here, the S series, are their top line series. So think of it as the high end of a car line. If you have the small, medium, and large car, and the large car is usually the luxury version, that's kind of what this one is. This one has the wheels and the frame and everything are set up for higher performance. They're more of a professional grade as compared to the other ones. Not to say that the other ones aren't really good skates. These ones just happen to be the top end. So, of course, you've got those different tiers that you can work on with these different skates. Now, the other one of the other models, the next model down from this, is called the Cruiser, and I actually have my computer open beside me, and I'm kind of checking the website as I'm looking at this to make sure I give you some accurate information. The Cruisers are basically the same kind of thing. They're very, very, very similar in terms of the way everything's made. Just a few minor tweaks. As I understand, they're slightly different wheel configuration or makeup or whatever. So the performance is a little bit different, as well as the coloring and things like that. The Cruisers do have more coloring on them. I'm seeing that, like the boot, the back of the boot and everything have the colors on them as well, instead of just the two metal pieces that you have here on the S series. Now, one downside that I have noted, and I did ask the company about this, and they have not yet kind of upgraded this way, but the S1 series. The S1 series is orange, period. There is no other color that's available for the S1, or in the S series, the S1s, as they're all this orange color. Now the S2s are another color, and the S3s are yet another color. And it goes the same way with the Cruiser series, and they also have a Youth series as well, which of course are, they're just a very small size of these. I'm sure there's probably less metal in them because you don't need quite as much structural support when you're only supporting somebody that's a few pounds versus somebody that is in the hundreds of pounds range. So these are rated for 250 pounds, and that of course is going to be per skate. Now, I'm not suggesting that somebody that is 400 or 500 pounds or something like that is going to be able to ride these exactly, just for the fact that at 250 pounds per skate, sure, if you add them together, if you have both feet flat, it will be within tolerance ranges, but when you skate, of course, you lift one foot or the other, which then exceeds the safety limits, and you don't want to have anything twist out, a strap break, or anything like that. It can end up in a lot of pain and suffering and everything like that. So you do need to follow the guidelines. That is why, of course, they put down those limit restrictions on there. Now, to mention a couple of the other products that they do have on their website, they do have at current time, they have one model of skateboard. Now, the skateboard is what I might call a kind of a shark design. It has not the wide rounded nose, but more of a somewhat pointed nose, maybe sort of like a surfboard or something like that. And then it comes around with a very wide front, and then kind of slowly tapers back. Then the back end is kind of clipped. It's not square completely. You don't have any sharp edges. The corners are rounded, but it is flat at the back. Now, this is a Cruiser style skateboard, and it's 36 inches long. So you've got that nice long deck to kind of cruise and roll around on. I did ask them if they were going to have any other products available, and they did tell me that they are looking at making a 30-inch skateboard. So of course you've got something that's a little more of the standard size that you might use for maybe some tricks or things like that, whereas the longboards are more for cruising and kind of rolling around. Now, they do also have some various safety gear and carrying equipment. Now, the safety gear does include things like helmets, as well as, let's see what we're looking at here. They do have wrist guards, helmets, and various things like that. They also have backpacks that you can get. They have some basic backpacks, as well as skate backpacks. Now, the skate backpacks are specially made to take the skates and slide them down into the backpack so that it's on either side, and you can carry your skates along with your other stuff, like your school books or anything else that you might be carrying. They also have various shirts. They have long sleeve t-shirts with, of course, the Cardiff Skate Company logo on it. Something else that I did want to mention here too, I asked when I did contact the company if there was anything else that they wanted me to to make sure to mention, because I did tell them that I was going to be making this video and letting them know, hey, I want to put this up, I want to let people know about it. And so I asked them if there was anything specific that they might want people to know or anything like that. And one thing they did say is they are very conscientious of safety. And of course that's part of the reason, I'm sure, why they offer the helmets and the wrist guards and things like that to help protect yourself. They do remind you that, of course, roller skates of any type are always, there's always a learning curve in learning how to use them. You're not just going to jump in them and be able to take off. I mean, they're not a pair of shoes. These are wheeled devices that you step into these and they are going to want to roll. I mean, even this, as I'm setting this here on my table does happen to have a little bit of a slant to it at the time, and they kind of want to roll forward a little bit. Fortunately, it's not too bad, so it's, they're not rolling off the table on me all the time. But the other thing is, since these are of a slightly different shape than what you might be used to if you're used to either using inline or used to using regular skates, they do have a different feel. The way they work, the way they move, things like that. So again, that kind of goes into that learning curve that you're going to have to do. So when you get them, make sure that you have your gear on. Make sure that you're in an area where you're not gonna put these on and start trying to do a half pipe or something like that when you've never tried them on before. You should probably try them on a flat surface first and get a little bit of a feeling for them at the moment. Once you do that, once you feel comfortable, then go for it. I mean, matter of fact, I would love it if any of you guys would make some recordings or something like that of yourselves, maybe tearing up a half pipe or something, and link those down in the comments below. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see stuff like that. I absolutely love seeing different stunts and tricks and things like that. I think they're great. I'm unfortunately not the most coordinated person in the world, and I'm not really able to do things like that, but I do absolutely love seeing other people do them. And I think that it's a great thing to do. It's a great rush, definitely, but it's also so much fun. And and also these, depending on where you're at. For example, when I was a kid, I used to roll around on my skateboard and everything. I'd ride my skateboard to the job that I had, and I was a mile or two away from my house, and I'd be riding my skateboard. Well, these things would have been great for that too. Could have thrown these on and been roller skating down the road or the sidewalk or wherever I was at, and it was a great way. It's great for exercise, great way to get around a little bit without having to, use a car or something like that to lumber around in, especially if you're not having to worry about, lugging home a bunch of groceries or anything like that. So anyhow, go ahead and cut away and we'll see some of that video hopefully here and hopefully it's not too bad. You guys can see how these work, see what things are like, and kind of go from there. You can also go to Cardiff's website. They do have a YouTube channel, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'll go ahead and try, if I can find that, I'll try and link that into the description below. And you can check out their site. They do have some videos of people using these skates. Now, they have been out for a few years. I think about 3 or 4 years now. Don't quote me on that. I'm in a ballpark figure, though. So they've only been a few years, and they are out there in Cardiff, California. So that is where they were designed, and that is where the company is at. So it is a U.S. company. Anyhow, we'll be right back with some skating video here, and check it out, see where it goes. And remember, go ahead and check those links below and see what all's going on with the Cardiff Skate Company, and also go ahead and check out some of the other stuff here on World of Me. I got lots of other things that I review and buy for your interest and mine, and see if there's things you like, and let me know what you think in those comments down below. I came out here to local park not too far away from my house, and I'm here with my skates here. I'm gonna go ahead and get these suckers put on, and we'll see how. Hopefully I can stay away from too much in the way of injury. Now, of course, this is being recorded on one of my sports cameras, action camera. This is one of the newer ones that I have. And these are the ones. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. Pull that tight. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and cut just for a second, because trying to do this one-handed is a real pain in the butt. So I am going to come right back, and you will see these things strapped onto my feet, and hopefully, you know, we'll start cruising around. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I'm just bringing the last tightening up of these things, and they really do move smooth. I mean, this is, I am a little nervous because I am not a skater. Woo, and there we go. Now, again, I definitely do agree with the company when they talk about having safety gear, and of course I got into a gravel area. Oh, definitely agree with the idea of having safety gear with this stuff. And there I went. Oh, I tripped over that stupid gravel, and I am on my butt. Like I said, I really suggest that you wear safety gear. You know, I just scuffed up my hands a little bit. Yeah, see. Oops. I don't have the wrist guards and stuff like that on. So, that's my own darn fault. Whew. Alright. Like I said, I am not the most coordinated person in the world. And I think I could probably use better tennis shoes than these. The heel on these is a little high. Definitely don't suggest using a high-heeled shoe by any means, anything with too thick of a sole. But man, I will say these are rolling really nice, even over some of this. I mean, you can see this is not the best kind of surface to go across. There's broken asphalt and everything. Okay, walk it out over the grass here. Now this is where it'll get interesting, because I'm sure the wheels are really going to want to move across this. I was going to go over there into the tennis court, but you know, they have a sign up there that says you're not allowed in there. So I don't see a sign here. So, no sign. Then that means I'm allowed. And yeah, these things are, woo. I'm doing the braking there, lifting that foot up. The brakes, as you can see, all I have to do is lift my foot up a little bit. See if you can get that from the side there. Just do that. Slowed me right down. This is definitely going to be a workout. Now, of course, if you're used to inline skates, like I had inline skates, I still actually have them, but I lost the sock thing or boot or whatever you call it that goes inside. You know that they grab a hold of your foot, and like the ones I had were all plastic The boot itself was all plastic, so everything down through here, you know, the shoe, everything, all the way up the ankle was all plastic, and it's strapped down really, really tight. Even the lace ones, they strapped down really tight so you didn't twist your ankle or anything like that. And then, of course, on roller skates, you have two wheels in the front, as well as the two wheels in the back. Well, with these hands having the one wheel like that, I am noticing that is definitely a little bit of a learning curve there, trying to figure out how to, I mean, I'm wanting to push off, but you've got this half and half feeling. I mean, they're like half roller skate, half rollerblade. So they are kind of interesting to try and get used to. I can feel the muscles in my feet straining, trying to manipulate for balance and stuff, and kind of rock back and forth. I mean, I'm rocking back and forth on these, and I have the straps down pretty tight. Maybe I can go a little tighter. Might have to try that, but yeah, I mean, so far these things are pretty cool. I definitely think they're going to be worth the money. Especially, I mean, with them being nice long cruisers like this and everything, it almost makes me feel like cross-country skiing to an extent. Only, you know, I'm using wheels instead of snow to glide on. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. This is Cougar with the world of me. If you like this video, if you like seeing things like this, like these skates or other things like that, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That's going to be, you know, down there floating around. And there's also the social media I've got, and that's going to be down in the content down below, as well as there are those links down there in the description for the Cardiff Skate Company, so you can go and visit their site. You can see their people riding on these skates and see what they can do with them and everything like that. When I saw those videos, I was like, all right, yeah, those look really cool. And of course, you know, again, there's that learning curve. I'm not coordinated at all. So me doing this and only having fallen once so far is probably kind of a miracle. But hopefully you guys have a good day. You get a chance to check out these skates maybe, and I'll see you later. Bye.